Without further ado, Paul, I know that you are not into biofuels per se, but by producing bioplastics, your company, Meridian Holdings, has also to ensure that the feedstocks are sustainably procured. So how do you tackle that? How right now you are in a cutting-edge company treating sustainability on feedstocks? The microphone is yours.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Mr. Henry Pacini, UNCTAD, and our fellow General Assembly members and my fellow panelists. It's a great honor to be here today. This is our first time that MHG has participated in these roundtable discussions, and so far the discussions have been very interesting. I feel almost like a round peg in a square hole listening to all the biofuel talk, but at the end of the day, it's all about conversion to alternate sources of energy and fuels and bioplastics. My name is Paul Pereira, and I'm the CEO and Executive Chairman of MHG. And we've been in business for about a decade. We spent the first 10 years, the first 8 years, research and development in collaboration with Procter & Gamble, developing our portfolio of about 123 patents that we've registered worldwide. And today, we manufacture a replacement for almost any type of plastic. It's an integrated balance between agrofactoring, microbiology, and chemistry. And we've been successful to this point where in the last 2 years we've been driving towards commercialization, where we've gotten the production and the manufacturing process down to a point where we believe that we are price competitive with polypropylene and polyethylene as we move forward to ramp up production over the next 3 to 5 years. Before I go on, I'd like to just take a sidebar and say a couple of things about the industry. I spend a lot of time traveling around and speaking at different presentations, and I believe it's important to get our message out as much as we can. But this industry is all about collaboration and working together. A failure for one means a failure for all, and a successful one is a success for the industry. And too many times we see our fellow partners on the wayside, and I've seen quite a few biotech companies struggling, and we reach out, lend them a hand in any way we can, because with every biotech failure, it means a higher bar for me to pass over. And so, one of the things I want to urge is, collaboration and imagination, as I was telling my friend early on, is the next step to success. With collaboration and imagination, I believe that we can make a mainstay of both the biofuel and the bioplastic industry, and working together, and I think is a very important and fundamental criteria for success. Having said that, I'm going to get into my presentation. We manufacture a product called PHA, polyhydroxyalkanoate. It's made very simply from a microorganism called Rastonia eutropha. It's a naturally occurring soil bacteria. It's on your hands, it's in your stomach, it's here in not as concentrated form, but in the environment, it's in very highly concentrated forms. We've been able to take that and create that production to commercial scales. We've worked in conjunction with Tate & Lyle, and we continue to work collaboratively with Tate & Lyle as we have successfully ramped up our productions in their fermentation facilities and subsequently in our company-owned fermentation facilities over the last couple of years. Our PHA is quite different. You've probably heard a lot of companies talk about PHA and bioplastics and being able to only make particularly one type. We could make almost any type of plastic, ranging from soft and pliable to brittle and hard. And the reason for that being is because our PHA is a middle chain length compound, and we are able to manipulate the molecule and into an alternate form to facilitate the needs of any customer. Whether we're making a Tide bottle or a wrap or a container for Blue Bonnet or Palm or Spam, these are some of the products that we actually manufacture resin for right now. Or we've been working over the last couple of years and about to take to commercialization for a major container company in North America, the coffee lids, thermoformed coffee lids, which are fully biodegradable. Molded articles, we're working with two large fiber companies working on replacing the fibers in baby diapers, baby wipes, and feminine hygiene napkins with a biodegradable fiber that you flush down the toilet. We actually have had great successes on that R&D program. We're about 8 months away from taking that to market. We've successfully worked with flexible films and a very major sandwich bag maker that we're actually taking to market in the next couple of months. We've made the sandwich bag, I can't say the name. Coatings for paper, we worked for the last 5 years with International Paper, Midwest Vaco, and many large extrusion coating companies. We supply a polymer-based extrusion coating to replace the wax coating on papers and cups and those sort of things. We're about to launch, within the next 60 days, the world's first renewable hot melt adhesive, a product that we're working on in conjunction with a German glue distribution company. And we've successfully done the 3D filament for printing for 3D printers. And these are just a small range of products that we've been working with. We work currently with a big German company with agri-mulch film, making their product to comply with German regulations to be 20% renewable content. And we've successfully done that, and we're going to go to the next stage of commercial trials right now. So across the spectrum of bioplastics, we have a very wide spectrum of replacement for plastics, ranging from soft and pliable to hard and rigid. Right now, we're about to replace the PVC in hospitals with the signs and the bumper rails are all made of PVC. We've actually manufactured a product that's renewable and compostable, that's better priced than the existing PVC that you find in hospitals all over Europe and North America. Our feedstock is canola. We make our replacement for plastic by utilizing the canola oil, a fatty acid vegetable oil. Now, we can use any kind of fatty acid vegetable oil, but we chose canola primarily because we found the conversion ratios were high. We own the non-GMO seed that we plant. These are actually our harvesters right there. This is the harvest we did about a month ago, 5,000 acres of 10 million pounds of our canola seed that are in our silos right now. We just finished the last 5 trucks yesterday. But although we use canola seed, we can use many other types of seed. We can use soybean, we can use palm oil, and most recently, interestingly enough, a very large tobacco manufacturer came to us and asked us if we would look at their tobacco seed, which to them was a waste product, and if it would convert to plastic. And we successfully completed those trials about a month ago, so we're now going to the next stage of utilizing tobacco seed to turn into bioplastics. That particular tobacco company wants to take the polymer that we manufacture from their seed and use it for the tobacco dip casings, and also to use it to replace the acetate filter on the cigarette butt, which is not degradable and is probably the number 1 and number 2 pollutant in the world. So, interestingly, this is actually some of the 5,000 acres of farmland. These are actual real photos of our farmlands in southwest Georgia. When we use canola, we give the farmers an option to be able to do a second crop in the same year when in that winter season, they would actually not be planting any crop. Canola, we've found, is a great crop to second crop behind soybean and sweet corn. It's worked well. This is our second full harvest cycle of planting canola. These are actually our company-owned silos on our facility. I just finished building these silos about 3 months ago in time for this year's harvest. This is the actual truck photo taken about less than 30 days ago, dropping the seed into the waste station, and then feeds it up into the silos. From there, we'll take the seed and crush it into oil. and take the oil and convert it into a bioplastic PHA, at which point we then can customize the resin pellets for whatever the customer's requirements are. Well, this is part of the process. You know, our goal has been always to be a complete biodegradability. Not always is biodegradability an absolute essential, but renewable and sustainable is, in many cases, just as important. Dependent upon the end of life is when a biodegradable product is useful. For example, when you look at a baby wipe or Q-tip, you know, and how we dispose of that. Many people use a Q-tip and throw it in the toilet and flush it. Well, there was a study done on the beaches of California where they collected 75,000 plastic items washed up on the shore, and 40,000 of them was the cotton swab, was the Q-tip plastic, because it would go through the sewer system, not be processed, and get passed with the purified water and flushed out to the ocean, and then washed back up on our beaches. So in a case like that, an end-of-life scenario would require something that's biodegradable. Another example is other things that we might flush down the toilet, a feminine hygiene napkin, a baby wipe. You know, those things are made of petroleum plastic that does not go away. It destroys your sewer system. Our product, within a week of being in that sewer system would disintegrate because of its organic composition. We're one of the only companies in the world that has had a third-party certification from Vinsote, for all 6 mediums of biodegradability, and within the last 30 days we were awarded marine biodegradability, and Vinsote made a press release stating that we are the only company in the world that has been certified as marine biodegradable, in addition to the other certifications. In addition to that, we're FDA approved in the US, and we're pending FCN approval in Europe. We expect to get that in the next 90 days. Our process is really simple, and it's as much as many people find that the model of renewability and sustainability a daunting challenge. At MHG, we practice this every day, and we've successfully ran 2 full cycles of our renewable and sustainable model over the last 24 months. Basically, we plant our canola in our farmlands. This year we harvested 5,000 acres, about just under 10 million pounds of seed. The seed comes in to our silos. We crush the seed into the oil. We then send the oil into our fermentation tanks. In some cases, we use the Tate & Lyle fermentation tanks as we've ramped up both at Tate & Lyle and at our facilities. We feed the microorganisms to the oil, and they convert this into a pure PHA, polyhydroxyalkylate. We then take this product, and through a process of reactive extrusion, which is the chemistry side of it, we compound this product with different ingredients to match the exact specifications of the customer's requirements, whether it's a soft and pliable film like a sandwich bag, or a hard and brittle product like a hospital rail bumper or a Tide bottle. And then we ship these resin pellets to the converters who turn around and turn it into the finished products. We're at a stage in our company's history where multiple of our products are going to commercialization, and unlike many biotech companies, we've turned the model on its head. Many biotech companies you find, and especially leading world biotech companies like MHG, go behind their one ultimate product, and there's always a race between cash burn, running out of capital, and getting that product to market. We turned the model on its head, and what we did is we became profitable independent of our PHA. We run 7 independent revenue streams, leveraging our toolbox of IP and technology. And so MHG today is a profitable entity moving forward as we incubate and take our Fortune 500 customers to market with our PHA replacement for plastics. And I urge many other biotech companies to maybe follow the same model, because too many times we see failures along the way, and many times it's primarily not because the company doesn't have a great product, but because they've miscalculated the time to market versus their cash burn. And that has been a prominent oversteering crisis in the biotech industry. And as a result, you know, there are companies out there with great product, never have a chance to get it seen or heard because they run out of cash. So thank you for listening, and that's the end of my presentation.